Hi.
Hey, good
Welcome
morning.
to Meeting in the Breakdown. It's so
Welcome to
early.
Meeting in the Breakdown.
Why is it so early?
It's early
It's
as
really
shit.
not. It is 10, which is not that early, but
No, that's early.
no, I had to wake up at 8. I had to get some shit done, and now we're here on our lovely Sunday, Colts Sunday.
Oh, wait, is there a home game today?
Yeah, I'm wearing my jersey.
Your Pacers, your Indiana Pacers jersey.
I put it on my story this morning and I said football attire.
It's sports season.
I don't even think it's not even basketball season yet. I don't know how any of it goes.
So there is a home game.
There's a Colts game.
At 1?
Yeah, at 1.
Here.
Yes.
Today.
Correct.
Cool.
Yeah.
Should we go there after this?
Well, I am really busy.
I am very busy.
There is a
Email.
There's a comedy festival going on in Indianapolis this weekend. So I'm on their brunch show this morning after this.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, and it's kind of like a game show too, which is my favorite thing.
Love game shows.
So it should be if you want to come, it's at Black Circle Brewing. Here in just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be.
Wait, like it's just like you guys are like doing like is it like a live podcast? Like people are like there listening to it, or
No, I think it's like kind of like my game show night where it's like we do like little games in between, but then we just do like a regular comedy set too.
Okay.
But it should be pretty good. I got to do a show with Megan Gailey on Friday, and she's so funny. She's from Indianapolis, but she did comedy for like 4 months in Indianapolis before she was like, no. And then she went to New York and now she lives in LA.
oh my god,
She's
what a little switch up.
I know. She was great. So I think she's not on the show today because she's going to the Colts game.
She decided the Colts were a better thing to go. Babe.
She's
babe.
like an actual sports fan. Like she like actually knows who the players are and stuff. She was talking to me about it and I was like,
in order for me to be able to be like an actual sports fan, I have to know what the fuck is happening, and I have no clue what they're doing.
I think I understand football.
No, I don't. I don't have a
understand
clue.
what's going on.
I
Except,
don't.
do you remember when you first found out those little lines are not at a live game that's only on TV?
Yeah.
The little yellow lines.
Yeah.
Did you know that those weren't at live
Yeah.
games? I thought they took like a piece of string across the.
Why
field.
would they do that? People would be tripping and falling.
I don't know. That's just what my head told me.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I knew that. I did know that.
Well, how was your weekend?
It was a good weekend. I'm house sitting, so I'm not doing anything eventful. We went out last night and we went to 16-bit, and I don't know why I think like when I like think of 16-bit, I think of just like a very like collegey bar. And I think that's why I don't go that often, but we went and like it was really busy in there. It was a Saturday night, but I was just like, I don't know that these are my people necessarily, but
You went to
it
go
was
play the
fun.
arcade games? Did you play skee ball?
We did play skee ball, but we just like kind of went to hang out, not necessarily like play.
I went on a first date to 16-bit and he was like, we should play skee ball. And I ruin everything if you put me into a competitive situation on a first date. So we played skee ball and I was just trying to hit the 400 or what's the top one? 200? Is it 200 or 400 that you get on that top?
400.
It's a big number, right?
Yeah, it's a big one.
And so I was just like trying to get it and I was just smoking them at the top of it. And he was like, yeah, you seem fun.
Wow. You're like, one thing about me, I'm not losing.
Yeah.
Never what? Never back down.
He was like 5'7" and like probably weighed the same amount as me too. And I was
Oh,
like,
God. Yeah, I don't know that I'd want to go on a first date to 16-bit. That's for damn sure. Like, I don't mind it, but I'm like, that's not ever going to be like the first place that I'm like, let's go.
if you could go to, where would your perfect first date be? Texas Roadhouse.
I was going to say, do you even have to ask? Texas Roadhouse. I want to carb up.
I really do think I've probably gone on 3 first dates out of Texas Roadhouse.
I mean, where else? I think that's perfect. There's nothing wrong with that. It's quality right there where you
The
need
servers come at the right time. You don't have to worry about
The
them
servers
being like,
come.
yeah, every time.
every time, and you never got to worry about it. But no, I mean, it's been a fine weekend. I just really think I haven't done anything.
perfect first date be?
I feel like that is like I don't even know. My perfect first date would be someone planning it and me not having to think about it.
Yeah. I also haven't gone on like a lot of first dates where it's actually like our first time
Yeah.
meeting or anything.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm like, we met online or something and we're planning out this whole first date. It's like normally like we've like
already been friends or
Yeah,
something,
or, like,
and then like you decide
had
to like go
sex
on a
already,
date.
and now I'm like, well, I guess we try and do the date. I'm trying to get better about that, but like I always went opposite of how you're supposed to date. It was always like knew them in like a group setting or something, accidentally hooked up with them, and then I'm like, well, now I guess we have to figure out if we want to like pursue
Absolutely.
more than just whatever that was.
See, and then like at that point, you guys are like probably already established like places that you like hanging out. You'll probably just go to like one of those places because it's comfortable.
Yeah,
I think that's
exactly.
what makes
Like,
the most sense.
yeah, I try not to invite anyone to a comedy show as my first.
I
For
think-
like first like 3 months,
Yeah, I was
it's
gonna
like
say, I
you
feel like that's, like-
cannot see me.
I think that's like definitely something that needs like wait for sure. Like you're not saying that you should like they should go eventually, but I think a first date would be overwhelming.
Not even first date, not even like 25th date. I think I invited a guy
it would
one
have to
time.
be like established for sure.
Yeah. I invited a guy one time after we had like hung out a few times, and I was like, yeah, you can come, and then it ended so quickly after that, because I was like,
Yeah, it was probably like a lot.
yeah. Oh, he was giving me pointers on jokes, and he was like, well, I think that in your like lesbian basketball softball joke, you should say softball first and then switch it to. I'm like, bruh, if you want to get up there and do it, you can, but I don't come to your job. I don't come to the gas station and tell you what to do. Like,
Also, why? Like, I don't like that men always think they got to give pointers. That's a mansplaining thing. I'm like, dude, keep them. Like, they're yours for a reason. I didn't ask for them. You're just giving them to me. I don't want them.
So I did a show in Mattoon, Illinois yesterday.
Mattoon?
Yeah,
What'd you just call it?
Mattoon.
No, ma'am. That's not how it...
Are you familiar with Mattoon, Illinois?
It's not that far from Terre Haute.
I know we were
all
driving
of the
through Terre Haute.
Well, Terre Haute's only like 20 minutes away from the border, but like literally it's all of the little ones like Paris, Marshall.
Paris.
Yeah, Paris, Illinois.
Oh,
Eiffel Tower.
Terre Haute is so much like Paris.
Terre Haute is very comparable.
I mean, they have,
Nothing.
what do they have that's similar to the Eiffel Tower there?
A water tower, probably. That's about it.
I've heard Paris is not that nice though. Well, I went when I was a kid, but I don't remember like much about it. But I heard like when you go there, it's like the Eiffel Tower is literally just like steel beams essentially. And
Yeah,
like
it is.
everything, it's like basically like actually any city like that. Like every time I go to LA, I'm like, it's shit here.
I know. I feel that way about LA too. I feel like people like really like hype LA up, and I'm like, I don't feel like they got a lot going on. It's
There's
kinda
human feces
gross
everywhere.
and trashy, yeah.
I mean-
Overpopulated.
I will move there to get famous. However,
Don't love it.
don't act like it's the nicest place in the world. It's always sunny. It's beautiful. You get 4 seasons every day. I don't want 4 seasons every day.
I don't either. I don't like that.
They're like, you wake up and it's spring, and then throughout the day you get summer, and then you get fall at night. And I'm like, oh, so 3 outfit changes sounds like a lot of work. No, thank you.
You can go ahead and keep that. I don't like it. No. No. I'll stick with Indy. This is fine. I don't love the winters, but it's fine.
Where's your favorite vacation spot?
I don't feel like I really can say I have a favorite vacation spot. I want to travel a little bit more before I say I have a favorite vacation spot. Because I feel like I'm not going to sit here and say like Florida. Like that's fucking so stupid. And it's not. What?
Florida's your favorite vacation
No,
spot?
it's actually if I were to say my favorite place I've been was Arizona. Arizona was my favorite place that we went.
Yeah, I went to a bachelorette party in Scottsdale.
I would love to live in Scottsdale, even if it was just for a year.
It was so fun. We there were like pool parties and like a lot of bachelorette parties there.
They have so many like day clubs there. Like that's a huge thing there. So like they
With,
have
like, pools and
yeah,
stuff.
say they're day clubs. They have like pool parties. They have like there's one that just opened. I don't even know why I saw it. I had an ad on my fucking Instagram for it, and I was looking at it. It's called like the Maya Day
Oh
Day
yeah,
Club.
yeah. And we went there.
Yeah, and like they literally like openly just had like they had like disco lines there DJing, and he was just like hanging out with everyone.
I thought you were
like,
saying that they had discos there.
No. Disco lines is like an EDM. But no, like he was there, like literally just like this DJ booth like isn't like a stage, and he's just hanging out with all of those people. I'm like, how casual? It's like not casual, but very casual. But I don't know, like if that's like one spot I would love to live for a year.
But that's not a vacation.
No. But that still was my favorite vacation I've taken so far.
I also went to Arizona with my like long-term boyfriend that I had for a long time, and we went out there, and then we broke up. So that was fun.
You're like, not my fondest memories. You're like, I never want to think about it again. Please don't ever bring it up.
We broke up in Arizona, and then I had to get my own flight home. So that was fun. I was like crying on the airplane.
Well, yeah. What are you? I wouldn't expect you to be anything else.
It was like 7 p.m. on like a 3-hour flight back home, and I just have like tears rolling down my eyes.
7 p.m. is such a time to cry too. Like 7 p.m. is the time to cry. Like it's not quite bedtime yet, but it's like you're settled in.
I think
7 p.m. is a great crying time.
7 p.m. or like my favorite time to cry is when I'm driving home from work.
Oh yeah, when you're decompressing, quote unquote.
Because like in the morning you wake up, you're like getting shit done. You gotta like you don't have time to focus on crying. And then at work, you're doing shit all day, so like. Again, no time to cry. And then you finally like decompress on that ride home, and you're just like
letting it all out.
I let a little Frank Ocean play, and I'm just like
a little sad music in the background.
Okay, get your shit together.
I don't know. It's so funny. I feel like I am like, I don't know what it is, and I don't want to say like processing less, but for whatever reason, I feel like I used to cry all the time. Like I really, like that was my outlet. I would cry probably like 4 to 5 times a week.
That was kind of my thing.
And I'm so serious. Like
it's kind of what I was known for.
About everything. And then like now, I feel like in the last like 2 years, I'm really not crying that often unless it really is about like very specific things.
Yeah.
And I don't know what changed, but I'm like, I don't like crying anymore. And I think
I don't like crying anymore. It's just like not my thing.
I know. I don't know what it is. I went from like doing it all the time. Like now I'm like,
it's like something like eating broccoli or something. You're like, I don't know. It's just not really my thing anymore.
I don't know why. Like I feel like I am like an emotional person, but I feel like I'm like trying to not experience so much at once that I'm like, no crying. That's when we're letting it all out.
I feel like the only time that I like cried as a kid like really bad is when I got embarrassed.
Oh, I would cry when I got embarrassed, when I was mad, when I was sad, when I wanted my way.
Still to this day, like probably being embarrassed is probably like the main thing that will make me cry.
Really?
Yeah. Like I was when I was working at a restaurant, I like a girl was like trying to walk by me in the kitchen, and she was like behind, and like I'm being my stupid self back there, and I'm like showing off for the kitchen crew, for the line cooks. I was showing off for those little line cooks back there, and she was like, Sarah, move. And I was like, and she was like, this is hot, I don't want to hurt you. And like she said it so genuinely, like she was like, she's like, you're acting silly back here, and like I don't want you to get hurt. Like it was like she genuinely cared about me, and I was
you quit your job and ran and moved cities and never fucking
I looked at her and
back.
I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And then I just like had to run out of the kitchen, and then I went to the bathroom because I was embarrassed, and I had a little cry, and then I come back out, and I'm like I was like, so sorry about that. And
I am so sorry. I don't know what got into me.
And she literally calls me out, and she's like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Why? And she was like, it looks like you've been crying. And I was like, no, it's
because of you, bitch. Yeah, you literally start throwing down.
But it made me even more embarrassed that she called me out for crying. So then I started like tearing up again, and I was like, my eyelashes are just like so.
That too,
itchy.
eyelashes make it so hard to like when you start crying because they get crunchy and wet, and then they start itching. That's honestly, since I've had eyelash extensions consistently, is probably when I stopped crying. Actually, I'm not gonna lie to you, it doesn't feel good.
The cure to not cry.
Oh my god, dude! I'm so serious because I feel like it almost hurts.
I'm thinking about getting rid of my eyelash extensions.
Wyatt, we're done here. Wyatt, we're done. Why?
I think I want to be in my natural girl era.
Are you being influenced?
Yeah, by the internet. Yeah. that, and there's some situations that are going to be going on where I probably am going to have a little bit less money.
Why don't you do the Pro Lash? It's like the at-home lash extensions. It's only $50 a month for the whole kit.
Yeah, and I miss scrubbing the fuck out of my face.
I know. There are often times that I miss
Like
doing
I
that
miss
as well.
just being able to go like
Yeah, like slosh your entire fucking
yeah, like
face.
where you're literally like
You're
scrubbing
like
your
waterboarding
face.
yourself essentially. Yeah.
You're like choking while trying
Yeah.
to wash your face. You're like
I will say I do miss being able to like really rub my eyes when they would be like itching and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel beautiful with my
I
lash
do feel
extensions.
beautiful. And
I feel beautiful.
have you ever like you wake up next to someone and they're like, you look pretty in the morning, or like you look the same as you did last night, and I'm like,
no one's ever said that to me.
oh,
Well,
sorry, you've never been complimented.
maybe I have and I just don't take them.
I know. I'm like, shut the
Wait,
fuck up.
yeah. Once
you
people start
stupid
complimenting,
bitch.
I'm like, dude, shut your fucking.
I'm like, well,
shut
you
your
look
mouth.
ugly and your breath smells. Fuck off.
And I feel like I complimented you. I'm like, yeah, right. Sorry.
I think we talked about this like a couple weeks ago, but I am trying to get better at taking compliments.
Oh, 100%.
Like, I used to be like, if someone complimented me, I'd be like, okay, well, did you know?
Okay, well.
Okay, did you know that sometimes my tongue gets white? And they're like, why would you say that? Like, why? I'm like, just take a compliment.
They're like, hello? Have you been to the doctor?
They're
That
like,
doesn't
you look
sound
pretty.
good.
I'm like, thanks, I ran out of underwear. Like, I just like
Dumb
don't,
stuff,
don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
how to like take a compliment.
Or you turn it into something negative.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, your eyes are so pretty. I'm like, thanks, I put on a bunch of eyelash extensions
Yeah.
and makeup to make it look like this.
Yeah.
Which I'm trying to just be better about, like, thank you.
Thank you.
But the best part about eyelash extensions is that in the morning it's like you're done.
I know you don't have to do anything.
I'm done up.
You don't have to do anything. don't think I would want to go back to doing makeup and like strip lashes either. That sounds terrible. I also love my lash girl, and she's so booked right now that if I stopped getting them, it would be really hard to get back into her. And I think that's another reason I'm just like,
Dude, like, the career I wish I would have gotten into in like 2015.
lash extensions.
Lash extensions.
I don't know why you still don't. You could still do them on like the side.
I don't know. I feel like you would be great at lash extensions because you're so tedious.
Yeah.
And you're very like detail oriented, where I am like fucking Picasso when I'm doing any type of like beauty.
They have lash extensions on their eyebrows. You needed some filling in your eyebrows, so I stuck some
Like,
extensions in there.
If we both painted a picture, yours would be like a beautiful like structured buildings with like the sky perfectly over it, and mine would just be like
Paint
I'm
splatters.
I'm like, it's abstract.
I love it.
I'm like, this represents my soul, and it's
I
just
will
like
say, though,
splattered
I
paint
think-
everywhere.
I think that's probably a mix of like me wanting control, like I need structure, and then like also it's kind of sad because I'm like I don't like being that way because it causes me stress. Like me like being detailed, I over stress about it and I don't even have to. Like
Yeah.
I wish I was more just like fly with it.
Like I love when you do my hair, but like when you do my hair, it's like every piece has to be like perfect. You're like taking every section perfectly, and you're like, well, I have to put like a 6 in on the top because like this will. And I'm literally like,
I take like that's like I take that job so seriously because it's not just like it's like my work and it's reflective of just like me. It's someone's walking around with their hair like that,
It's
and I'm
your
always
art
so
on someone's
nervous.
head.
No, I'm being serious because like I mean like if it looks like shit, people will remember when something looks like shit more than they will when it looks good. Or if like they have like their hair done bad one time, they're never coming back to you again.
yeah. I've gone back to people after they do my hair bad, but it was also my sister. So
I was gonna say I've never like once I've done my hair done bad.
you do me dirty once, it's over, bitch.
I mean, the hairstylist I literally had for, oh my God, dude. She did my bleach and tones for probably like 7 years. When she tried to take me dark, I wanted to just be a little bit darker. She took me from a platinum blonde to a level fucking 5 in one session and fried my hair off, falling out. That was the first time my hair was like naturally, like it was like down past my boobs. Literally had to get it. That was the first time I had to get it cut above my shoulders. And I fucking hated it.
Did you have a bowl cut as a kid?
I did not because I was Pentecostal. So
Oh,
we wore our hair pretty long. We didn't believe
you weren't
in
allowed to cut it.
cutting. I mean, I guess I had bangs, but that was because my daycare lady cut them.
Your daycare lady cut your bangs without your mom's permission?
Yeah. So we were like, I think my mom took us like this, like it was like a daycare in her house. Like she was questionable, but a kid like cut my hair, like a chunk of my hair over here. and she just like took it upon herself to go ahead and just cut straight across bangs to even it out, and that's like where the bangs happened. And like my mom kept like trying to like let it grow out, and then like it just got to a point where like I was little, so it was like easier for them to just like cut them at a certain point than just let them grow out. I was like,
Did they look good?
fuck no, they didn't look good.
So
have you
you're-
seen that picture of me with my hand on my hip like this, and there's
Oh,
like
yeah.
just a chunk out over here? Like they're not
So
even
your
even.
babysitter had it out for you.
No, the daycare lady.
Oh, daycare lady had it
She
out
loved
for
me
you.
though, dude. She fucking loved me.
I don't remember going to daycare.
I was a cute baby, dude. Everyone loved me. It was probably a fucking bitch when I was little too. I remember being like really shy. Like people would talk to me and I'd get pissed off. I'd be like,
I didn't like talking to people as a kid.
oh, or my mom would like try to introduce me and I'd like go behind her leg and I'd pinch her legs and I'm like,
Like,
stop.
Fuck up.
Shut up.
Shut up. I'm gonna
Shut the
shoot you.
fuck up, bitch.
It's like giving Stewie vibes.
Shut up, bitch. She'd be like, this is my daughter Heidi. I would like retract behind her legs. I like pinch her and be like, shut up. They don't care about me. They want to know how you're doing.
Like church.
Don't bring me into this.
Sorry, I have to
I
readjust.
have to readjust.
Sorry, my shorts are up my whole butthole.
My shorts are eating my coochie.
Sorry about that. So when I was on the way to Mattoon, Illinois,
Manhattan.
Yeah, when I was on my way to Manhattan last night. Okay, first off, at the show, guy there has a front back pocket. Are you aware of these?
I keep thinking you're gonna say a front butt.
There was a few people with a front butt there.
I guarantee it.
There was a woman that cut her own jeans and flared them, but then to make them flare, she took fabric that was American flag colored. Or it was just,
Illinois is God's country, baby.
and so she just had flared
Was
American
everybody
flag
high?
jeans. I'm
Weed's
not
legal
sure.
there.
There was a band before the comedy show, which is always what you want.
It really lightens the crowd.
Yeah, and so and also the band is like, no one was under 70 in the band.
Oh no, they never are, baby.
And they were singing like Freebird.
Yeah, they were singing like covers. It was
yeah.
a cover band. Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, this is going to be like tough to compete with, you know? And so, so old man there, he's like 70 and he has this front back pocket, which a front back pocket is where you cut the back pocket of an old pair of jeans out and then you loop it around your belt so you can hold your cell phone in it.
You know what's crazy? It's like that's so hillbilly, like hillbilly as shit, but like in some way kind of makes sense. And that's
thought
why
the
I
same
hate it.
thing.
That's why I hate it.
Because I was like
like the most hillbilly shit, but it makes you be like, at least they were using their brain a little bit. I mean, I don't know.
he's like, these are vintage Levi's that I cut.
that you cut up. Yeah, you ruined a decently good pair
Well,
of
he
jeans.
said that they got too big for him. He lost a little bit of weight, which I was like, oh my God, I
Yeah, but
have
he
some
could've
like
sold
old
those.
jeans that like are a little bit too big. I think maybe I should cut a front back pocket because I understand where he was coming from. Because when you put your phone in your back pocket, you always risk like, you know, when you go to the toilet or something, you risk it falling out into the toilet. When you put it in your front pocket, it kind of stabs you when you sit down,
Yeah.
right? But with a front back pocket,
You can just wear it on the side.
you just have like this extra back pocket on the front to
so
hold your
stupid,
phone.
Sarah. It's so stupid.
I felt like he was innovative.
He was onto something.
I think that
He should go to Shark Tank
we could really use him.
as our next president.
Mm-hmm.
Someone like that needs to be president.
Yeah.
That man's using his noggin.
Who else did I say would I vote for president? I was just talking about. I was like, oh, I would let them be president for sure. I can't remember. Probably Steve Harvey. No,
Steve Harvey with that? No,
I'd let Steve Harvey be president.
no.
Okay.
I don't think I would.
Who would you let be president?
Brogan. Brogan for prez, baby.
So anyway, we have to drive through Terre Haute to get to Mantoon, and
I think it kind of sucks too because it's not like you're driving through any good towns. Like once you leave Indy, you're like you're driving through bottom of the barrel. Like you're not going to see anything good for a while.
it was low key awful. And I was thinking about how you guys had T.I. at Terre Haute?
No, T-Pain.
T-Pain.
You keep saying T.I.
I don't know the difference between T-Pain and T.I. I'm not going to lie.
They're two completely different people.
If you ask, what does T-Pain sing? Does he sing Buy You a Drink?
Yes,
or is that T.I.?
yeah.
And what does T.I. sing?
Nothing. He's had one song with Justin Timberlake and that was it.
I don't think that's true.
All right, well,
Look it up.
I'm about to.
Also, I got my my mini crossword today in 1 minute and 30 seconds. I know that doesn't
Thank
say
God,
a lot,
Sarah.
but
I'm so glad that happened.
that's a quick turnaround time, just so you know.
Live your life, whatever you like, dead and gone. That's about it.
Those are all bangers.
No, I would say they're like, okay. He hasn't had any new songs in how long?
Well, yeah, has T-Pain?
T-Pain is a legend, first of all. That was like one of my favorite artists.
He sings Buy You a Drink, I'm in love with a stripper.
Bartender, I'm sprung, up, down.
Okay, I don't know what up, down is, but so he came.
T-Pain also had a feature on Bar Rescue, and I feel like that is when you know your career has had an all-time high.
A feature on Bar Rescue.
Yeah, John Taffer brought him into a bar to rescue it.
If John Taffer is bringing you in somewhere, you've peaked.
You have. If John Taffer asked me to go rescue a bar with him, I would feel like I couldn't go
That's
any
who I would
higher.
let be my president.
Oh, John Taffer? Or Gordon Ramsay. They would whip this country into shape.
Literally.
Dog.
With a pair of eggs.
pair
would
of
you
eggs.
2 pairs of eggs? Would you rather John Taffer or Gordon Ramsay yell at you?
Ooh, honestly, I feel like Gordon Ramsay made a meme out of that one bitch as an idiot sandwich. And I think I could absolutely do without that. But John Taffer is also like, your fucking mom stinks. Your brother's a whore. Your wife left you and you're failing. So, I mean, they're both pretty bad. I don't know.
That one episode where he was looking at the bartender and he was like, do you know how to make this drink? Do you know how to make it? And he was like, no. He's like, are you embarrassed?
Tell the whole bar that you're embarrassed and how embarrassed you are.
He's like, I'm trying to help you. Tell everyone how embarrassed you are right now. And the guy's like, I guess I'm embarrassed. He goes, say it like you mean it.
He literally, could you imagine, like, at a bar in front of an entire restaurant getting told that you have to tell the entire bar that you don't know what you're doing, you're fucking stupid.
And me, when I get embarrassed, I just be like, I'm embarrassed. I'm sorry.
He takes him out back and shoots him.
I also love how, like, on Bar Rescue, it's always some like VFW. It's like, it would be like the place in Mattoon, wherever I was at, Illinois. It's always like a fucking VFW. There's 7 men over the age of 70 sitting there. And they're like,
we don't know nothing.
like, they don't give a fuck. Like, they drink like Miller Lights and Jack and Coke, and like they are fine with the bar. And then the bar
they bring
owner,
in a mixologist and they're making fucking Jack Daniels margaritas with a fucking sprinkler hanging out the top of it.
yeah, they're like,
Oh my God.
we're gonna make the VFW special. It starts with 1/2 ounce of Campari, 2 ounces of a mint simple syrup that you have to make in the back, and
The
it's
guy
like
at the bar's like, I just want to draft Bud
Yeah.
Light. I
He's
don't
like,
even
"I
know
just
what
get
that is.
they've got like the guy in the kitchen like cooking like these luxurious meals. He's only cooked chicken fingers his entire life. They're like, do people like what we have here? We're just also failing that man. I try not to.
I think he's touching his wiener. Sir,
I know we're not supposed to look.
are you itching your pubes or touching your wiener? There's been a lot of weird shit going on out here. I was really locked in the beginning, if you didn't see that. Anyway, no, I think that either of them could really whip this country into shape, but I feel like John Taffer would really dig deep, where like Gordon Ramsay would just be like, insult whatever it is that he's yelling at you about.
Gordon Ramsay's also like British, right?
Yeah, so I don't
he
think I'd
might
take
be
him
a
as
little-
serious.
Yeah, like I feel like when John Taffer yells, I get actually scared. When Gordon Ramsay yells, I'm like, listen to his little
I know,
accent.
I'm literally like, do it again.
Oh, he's cute.
Tell me more.
It's
I
like
love
when-
your accent.
It's like when a little kid is yelling at you, and you're
Yeah, I'm like, I can listen to this for
"Aw, I feel
hours."
bad, but like it's also cute. Like
Yeah.
that's fun that you're doing that.
This is fun of you. I love this for you. That's fucking hilarious. But yeah, no, T-Pain came like, and that too.
oh
Like,
yeah.
The Mill is They just built it like 2 years ago, and like they're trying to like upscale Terre Haute, but I'm like, dog, like the median income there is like 38. That's not that much.
No, it's not.
That's actually terrible.
Sorry, I just
And
stared at
I'm
you.
like, I don't think that even in the next like several years it's gonna be where it like needs to be. And I would have thought that like them having as many colleges as they have there would be more. But I just don't think people can afford the things that they're like trying to put in until they like raise maybe like how they're paying people. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
So I like that the T-Pain concert though, they had
But the T-Pain concert was like, it was brought there because of ISU. Like I think ISU like booked that for the Mill. Like it wasn't like it was like
and then
the Mill booked it.
How did the mayor, the prospecting mayor
Okay.
of Terre Haute get involved with this?
Listen, I actually love this guy. So I went to
love this guy.
No, he's a great guy. He
Tell
really
me more
is.
about him.
But this was fucking hilarious to me. I just thought it was really funny. But his name's Brandon, and I think he was a senior whenever I was a sophomore. But he was like our like school president. Like he was always
he's
on student
young.
council. Oh yeah. Like he a great guy, but like he like just has like that's part of his personality. I feel like it's just like being like a leader, if you will. Like he was good at it, and he like left and went to the military for a couple years, and then came back. And like I hadn't really like heard about him until like he decided he was going to run for mayor. Has been everywhere, like campaigning everywhere. He's like really, really like involved in it. But it was just so funny to me. I sent you the video. I'm like, he like opened for T-Pain, like just like any chance that he's gotten to like put his name out there, he is fucking taking it. And I'm like, if this man doesn't win this
Opening
campaign,
for T-Pain.
like I am gonna be so sad for him. Like that is insane.
Wait, why? I think I sent you something. Will you open it?
Yep.
And I guess not even saying like opening for him. It's not like he went out there and like sang or anything,
That would
but
be-
it was
If
just
he would have opened by
funny.
singing for T-Pain,
He goes out there singing T-Pain covers.
I'm gonna buy you a drink. Okay, so Brandon Sackbun is his name.
Yes. We
didn't
do
have-
love Brandon. Brandon is like, the one thing I do love about him is like, we all talk shit about Terre Haute. This man is a ride or die for Terre Haute. Like his whole thing is he's going to make it better. And like, I truly think that he will. Like he is a very, very like go-getter.
He's a go-getter.
No, he really is. Like
this
this
is
is
something you'd only see in Terre Haute.
yeah, and this is like, okay, it says I didn't have hop on stage at a T-Pain concert on my election bingo card. But hey, that's the energy we need in our city. Terre Haute, Indiana is
Indiana.
home. It's a community that with the right leadership will be the state's leader in growth and opportunities. Love the 812. Like this man is like,
click on it. I gotta see it. He's really putting his whole pussy.
no,
into
he
this.
is. Like if he doesn't win this election, like I'm going to be so sad for him.
I gotta see him opening up. I also hate that Twitter is X now. It's
Oh, I
weird.
fucking hate it too. Like I just love that he had this moment. I love it for him so much. And it's so Terre Haute. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Whoa.
It's gonna be a little loud.
And like he has this like whole entire crew with him too, which I thought was funny. Like I don't know, it's just hilarious.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Why does he like Terre Haute so? I mean, like,
Because
lives
he's
there.
running
I
for
know, but,
mayor.
like,
You know what I mean? Like
I
he
didn't know
has to. Like
anybody was
someone,
that deep on it.
if someone's running for mayor, I mean, they'd have to love Terre Haute or wherever they're at. This is the only way they're gonna get
Yeah,
in.
that's true. I guess he has no choice. Okay,
But
here
like
we go.
but he
Yeah,
was like
you
that.
gotta
Listen,
love what you're
he
representing.
was like that in high school too. Like he took his like president job very
Yeah,
serious.
I feel like, okay, if you were the president of student council, you end up either being the most successful person of your graduating class
very intelligent.
or the biggest fuck up because like they had those parents that like made them be like the
Yeah.
perfect person. So they like were student council president and they were the valedictorian. They did all these things because they're like, I have to be perfect to show my parents. And then they go to college and they just fucking ruin themselves.
Well, I mean, I knew like this family really is like they are an outstanding family. They are truly like good people. But all of them have been super successful. Like their dad, he's like pretty much the only good OB in Terre Haute. And then like his wife, she has a med spa and she like has really helped like a lot of girls with like their esthetician license, like getting like them up and going. And then like he has a sister and a brother, and they're both successful too. But like honestly, it didn't surprise me. I think I was more surprised because like I feel like he disappeared for a while, and then like he just like a fucking like whirlwind just like came in and was like, I'm running for mayor. And we're like, okay.
All right, let's see it. I want to see him open up for T-Pain. Play the clip, Wyatt.
I just love it so much. Yeah, he's in the very front.
Who are these people?
His posse.
Oh, okay.
They were throwing shirts out.
Oh.
I love that she's like dancing around too in the back. These look like little cheerleaders with their pom poms.
Have a fun night. Have a safe night.
Is it?
And see
No,
you
no, of
in
course not.
I like the smoke blowing in the air.
I hate Terre Haute. I fucking hate Terre Haute so much. But like,
my God.
we need someone like that with that type of
What
passion.
do you think T-Pain was doing back there listening to that?
This concert, I really thought it was gonna be like a banger. Like I thought people were gonna like go out there and that was gonna be like one of those concerts that like helped the mill a lot. It had the most mixed reviews I've ever seen all over Facebook. Like people were either saying that they had a lot of fun or it was the worst fucking concert that they had ever been to and they wanted their money back. I'm like, we're in two very different spots here. I'm like, so was it really bad or was it really good? Like they were saying he went out there and he like only did cover songs and then like his like most
He
popular.
hasn't written a song in
I know.
92
And then like
years.
his most popular songs he only did like a minute of, and I guess that really just like pissed people off. But I'm like,
What, he just cuts him short?
Well, and I'm also just like, he's in Terre Haute at the mill. Like, you guys be so fucking for real. Like, he's about to go back to his fucking penthouse after
What
this.
is the mill? It's just a concert?
Dude, it's an outside concert venue. Like, it's a home built stage in a field. It's not like it's like.
Some guy just built it.
No,
With his
him and
bare hands.
I mean, him and his wife. I'm pretty sure. Like, yeah, like it's literally. It looks like when we went to Voices of America. When we went to that concert, that's literally like it's a tear down stage. That's not the mill. That's not either. That is.
Yeah, somebody's just like
Like, it's
putting
literally-
whatever.
yeah,
There we
like,
go.
it's
That
literally
looks
a-
more
it's a
up
tear-
Terre Haute's alley.
No, you have it up right now. That picture right now. Like,
Yeah.
can you make that bigger?
Hold up.
That is the mill.
4th of July in Terre Haute. We'll
4th of
see
July
you
is
at
done.
the mill.
Yeah, like it's literally just an outside concert venue, and like it's a tear down stage that they can like tear down, and it's just a big field that you can put chairs in.
You know,
And like
it is
it's
always,
on,
like-
it's where like the old plant. There was like a bunch of plants that were like on this like strip, like buildings, and this was where one of them used to be, and they tore it down and turned it into this.
What do you mean an old plant?
Like they had like old like factories that like sat in front of the Wabash. It was like all along the river, and like all of them went out of business essentially at like the same time, except for like maybe one or two. And then this was on a big plot of land that a couple of them sat on, and they like tore them down and built this over
Isn't it crazy? We used to just have like huge factories here.
I think Terre Haute was really known for that for a really long time, and
Yeah, I
then when
think
they
that's
kind of
what
went out of
happened.
business, yeah, like the only real jobs they had were working in the schools or the hospital or.
That's what happens to those, like some of those towns that were like kind of booming in like the 40s.
I think Terre Haute at one point was like a booming town, and then
Yeah.
like it just kind of fell apart.
That's what happened, like the town beside my hometown, because all of my grandparents were factory workers. Like my mom's mom and dad and my dad's mom and grandma were all factory workers, and like they made like a fine living. You know,
Yeah.
it wasn't like anything spectacular, and they like went in every day. But my grandma worked in a factory, both of them, until they were like well into their 60s. Like,
Yeah.
Can you? And there's like no air conditioning. They're just like fucking doing the same thing every day in a
Yeah,
hot ass
absolutely
warehouse.
not.
Like,
I could never. That too. I'm just like obviously someone has to do the job, and I respect the job,
But
I'm
not
like,
really
for me,
anymore,
I
but-
couldn't do it. That's for sure. But no, I mean, like I honestly think that this is one of the better things for Terre Haute. Like at least they have a concert venue now, where they would just use like ISU before, but it's like not anything like it's not like fucking TCU or Ruoff. You know what I mean? Like it's It's there. I'm sure T-Pain came out here and he was like, why am I into, like, what in the fuck has led me? What led me?
What decisions?
I was on Bar Rescue and now I'm in Terre Haute.
Where did I go wrong in my life?
Like, I bet
that
he came out
had
on this
to-
stage and he was like, what in the actual fuck? Where am I at?
Do you ever like follow someone on Facebook or like any social media app? For me, it's always Facebook, just because they're like chaotic.
Their life is just literally negative.
Like,
all
I'm
the
not gonna
time.
lie, I would probably listen to a podcast where it's just small town drama.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
yeah.
if I just got to like see someone else's small town drama, I would watch that show.
No, I would too, 100%.
Like, I love, like, there's
I think that that's the only reason I still have my Facebook though, is just to like see what people are doing, because it's always negative shit. It's,
And there's
it's very
always-
rarely positive things.
I feel like there's always one woman on everyone's social media that like is just,
she uses it as a diary.
yeah. Actually, I've been looking at some of my old posts. You know, it'll be like, you posted this 12 years ago, and I'm like, no, don't ever let anyone see that. But there's still some people that just like post every day, and like it's like the most traumatic stuff ever. They're just like, so I caught Billy cheating on me with a goat the other day.
Yeah,
And
they
I'm
literally like air it all out. I'm like, baby, we don't need to know all of that.
yeah.
Billy's never gonna recover from this post. You're out of your fucking mind. I also have like people.
You guys can't get back together, and then they will get back
Oh,
together.
and they like casually, and like then they'll be like engaged, and they'll be like
Yeah.
posting about it. I'm like,
It's
I thought
complicated.
he fucked a goat.
Yeah.
You weirdo. Now you're the weirdo.
Now you have goat inside of you. Like,
Ugh. Ugh. But no, I mean, that's why I have my Facebook essentially, is just to see that
just
shit.
To see weird
I also
shit.
don't know why. Like, I don't feel like people air stuff out like that on Instagram and
Yeah,
Twitter.
it's
Like, it's
just
something about
Facebook.
Facebook that
I
like.
think that's because when Facebook was first created, we didn't really understand what we were supposed to do on there. So it would just say, like, right, I forget what it said exactly, but it would be like, how are you feeling? Or like,
no, it was like, what are you thinking?
what are you thinking? So
Or
everyone
no, it
was-
said write something. ...
And so we were all just like, okay, here's my diary entry for the day. And some people just never let that go.
I feel like the generation though that like started with Facebook are the worst with it.
Oh, for sure. I'm the generation that started with
There
it.
is one girl on mine that I only have her on there because I'm like one of those people where I think that when you are negative, like you attract a negative, just like when you're positive, you attract positivity. But if you're like always in a negative mindset, it's always going to seem like there's bad things happening to you because you're only focusing on the bad.
Yeah.
She literally, I mean, like, she has like fucking 12 kids. She doesn't even, like, half of them she doesn't even see or take care of, doesn't have custody of them. And she posts every single day something bad happening, like every single day. And it's like paragraphs. It's not even just like simple little like, pray for me, like, this is happening. No, it's like, my kid is on his deathbed. He is in the hospital. My mom broke her finger. I can't breathe. I'm having the worst day of my life. I'm like,
I think some people get like sympathy, like they get attention from sympathy,
Good God,
and then they
man.
just soak that shit in.
it's bad though. Like, there are like definitely sometimes where I like, I just scroll past it because I'm like, this is nothing positive, nothing fucking positive at all. But that's part of it. I mean,
I'd still watch the
Just
show.
I wish Terre Haute had a show.
Small
Someone.
town. I'd watch a show from Terre Haute. Just Terre Haute drama. Oh, that thing fits right in there.
That's because it's supposed to.
Oh my
Sarah.
god, that fucking show that we were watching the other day.
Oh, Naked Attraction.
Yes.
I didn't like that. I can't believe they can do that in Britain. That's fucking insane to me.
Well, it's playing on U.S. soil.
But I don't understand that, because if they're playing it here, like, wouldn't you think they would still, like, it's not like you can't do that here, so wouldn't they still have to blur it out?
Wyatt, have you heard of this shit?
No, I was just about to ask what it was.
Okay, it is.
It was honestly really
Will
disturbing.
you
I
look
didn't
up
I didn't
Naked
like
Attraction. Or wait,
I didn't like it,
what's
and I didn't
called?
like the it is. I didn't
Naked
like
Attraction.
it.
It's
I didn't like the concept either.
It is a show where you are a contestant. You go on, and there are
It's supposed to be a dating show.
Yeah, it's a dating show. There's 5 people in a box, and you can't see them at all.
Okay.
And then the first thing that they show you is
their
them-
legs.
They're completely naked in there, by the
Yeah,
way.
naked, butt ass naked,
Like,
full
I'm
frontal nude.
I'm liking it so far.
Like, I'm not kidding. Keep in mind this is in another. I think it's in like
UK or Britain.
UK maybe. So there's a lot of uncircumcised dicks. And
Tons.
Ugh.
So they judge them off the first time. It's
Off
just,
their looks. It's off their body.
Yeah. So the first thing, the mirror or whatever, the thing covering them goes up and it just shows their genitals. That's it. Doesn't show their face, doesn't show their stomach,
What?
just legs to genitals only. And then the person
So from like hips down, that's what you see. Yeah.
hips down, and the person that is gonna try and go on a date with them has to eliminate one of them based on their genitals only.
Yeah.
And then they'll go around and be like, how do you feel about this one? She goes, I think it's nice. That one, it's a little bigger than I would like to.
Or she'll be like, I don't like that their balls are hanging lower than their. It's like when I said that, I'm like, and then like one guy had this like elephant tattoo around his fucking dick. I was like, what is going on?
one of them had a prosthetic leg.
Can the
Yeah.
person in the box talk?
No.
No.
Oh.
Well, okay, so hold on. So at first they can't talk at all. It's genitals alone, and then one person has to go, and it's normally like someone with like the biggest bush or like the smallest dick. They get voted out of the island. And then it fully reveals them, and they have to come out, hug the contestant.
Butt ass
butt
naked.
naked and be like, well, thank you for having me. So I'm
my
sorry about
God.
me teeny tiny dick. And
But
then,
that's the thing too. I'm like, could you imagine being on this show? Your dating life is done. Everyone has seen you naked.
well, not if it was good.
I don't
Your
know.
dating life
dude.
might get substantially better if you
I
got
don't know.
if you got a good thing going for you.
I mean, also like, goodbye OnlyFans. Everyone's already seen your shit. No one wants to see anymore. Like,
Well,
they
you
could
don't
never
know
have a
that.
career.
Maybe that was
Would
the
you ever
start
do
of
the
their
show?
own- Absolutely not.
That's my point.
But I'm also not trying to start an OnlyFans.
I was just saying that. You're not gonna go. I'm just saying. Why are you been out of shape about that?
Oh, you think I want to start an OnlyFans now? Is that what you're saying?
Anyway,
Okay, so next,
Next.
they vote somebody off based on their genitals. They're gone, and then they move the shadow thing. What's it
Yeah,
called?
the box,
The
the, like,
box.
box
They
they're
move it
in.
up, and it shows their chest. So now you see them from chest down, and you have to vote another person off based off that.
Oh my-
So like sometimes they're like, I don't like the way his nipples look a little bit smaller than he's got two different size nipples. I find that very interesting. It's very
or if like they're hairy and they don't like them being like hairy, or like if she like the one girl was like, I don't like his pecs. I'm like,
Yeah, and it's always a variety of men. So they're always, and women too, but like there's always like the really muscular one, there's like the shorter one, there's the dad bod one, there's the super hairy one. One of them didn't have a leg. Like it's
it's a little sporadic for sure.
and so she votes that person off again. He or she has to come off, hug them butt ass naked, and be like, "Thank you again. Sorry about my tiny nipples."
Thank you so much.
Then third round, it shows their face. And they have to vote someone off after that, after seeing their face.
And how many people are left for like?
They get down to 2.
They get down to 2. So, well, it's down to 3 now. Once you get to the face, you have to vote somebody off. And the last round is you hear them talk.
Voice, yeah.
And they're, go ahead.
But that's basically it, though. Is like that's like the whole show is them in the box, and it's
Yes.
off of the body parts.
Yes, but then wait, listen. So then after that, third person gets voted off, and then between the two, then it switches, and the two that are naked, they get to see the person naked,
The
and then
person
they
that's
get to
choosing
tell them what they think about their naked body,
Oh my
and then
God.
that person gets to choose between those two.
It's pretty wild. Do you want to
Sounds
play
like
one
it's
of
like
them?
bad for society.
Are
Oh,
you-
it's honestly like all about physical appearance.
I'm just worried if it actually shows the nakedness that it's going to get. if
How
we
much do
put
they
this-
show in the actual show?
All of it. It's
Like,
nothing's blurred
it's
out
not
because it's not a
even
US show.
blurred.
You see everything.
Everything. It's not a US
Everything.
show. So like,
Like,
they're
close
allowed
up.
to show. It's fully everything. You see straight up nipples, labia, bush,
Like-
butt crack.
I'm not kidding.
Ball
I know,
sack.
I know the
Hilarious.
inner workings of a few men's like ball sack now from this
fucking
show.
literally taint,
Honestly, like
uncircumcised wiener,
So
I
dude.
am 30
hilarious.
years old. I've had like I've seen penises.
I've seen a wiener.
I've never examined a penis that
The way
up
that they do,
close
yeah.
Up until that
like
show.
I saw it in the show, like she was gonna like lift it up and like look under it, like it and it's a
Oh, if
lot
they
of
could touch them,
uncircumcised.
That would
like
be so weird.
wait, hit the trailer. Hit the trailer.
I'm scared. Well, I guess it is on YouTube.
Don't play the trailer like when you go to post this because it is like all full nudity. But
Okay.
go ahead and play it.
It's already on YouTube, so. Bring it on.
Are you ready for this?
No, I'll never be ready. We will bear it all.
I'm just like, I couldn't
can't
imagine.
wait to see her with her clothes on.
I could not fucking imagine doing that.
That's not a normal thing to hear.
Like, I don't know. HBO thought they hit it on the head there. They didn't.
I kind of think they
I
did.
actually think it sounds really good. Like I actually want to watch it.
Go watch it. You're gonna be like honestly horrified because I think that the concept of the show is terrible. But
I kind of like, and it's actually pretty like inclusive too. Like, there was like a girl that was like bisexual. I continued watching it without you. There was like
I've been watching it without you.
There was a person on there that was like pansexual, so there were like transgender people on there. So like at first, you know, you see a wiener, and then it gets to the chest, and there's boobies. And so it was just it's a wild fucking show, dude. All right. Well, we gotta go watch that show, and we gotta get the fuck out of here. So I am just gonna keep saying this every time I will be in Cincinnati at Go Bananas all weekend this weekend, and then starting October 20th, I'm going.
You're gonna be in Cincinnati next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I want to come.
Okay.
I want to come.
Okay.
Let's go.
I don't. Okay. We'll talk about it after this.
Okay.
And then starting October 20th, I'm gonna be going around with Hannah Burner to all kinds of places in the Midwest. So just look it up on my Instagram at Sarah Pop Tarts. Blah, 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 blah.
And then I am still taking clients at the salon, so come book with me.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.